Hello, everybody. This is Rozalind again. I'm following up from last episode where we talked about the statistics of diabetes. So today, like I promised, we're going to narrow it down to continents. And the first continent I'm going to be talking about is diabetes in Africa. And like I said in the previous episode, I'm going by the International Diabetes Federation statistics in their 2017 atlas. Okay, so going by Africa, the top 5 countries with diabetes in Africa, the first one on the list is Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is topping the list with 2.6 million people with diabetes. And this is now directed to Ethiopia. You just wonder how many people are in Ethiopia that you will have this number of confirmed diabetes, and there's a lot that are not diagnosed. Then followed by South Africa. South Africa has 1.8 million people with diabetes. Then Democratic Republic of Congo, 1.7 million. Nigeria, 1.7 million. And United Republic of Tanzania, 942,000 people with diabetes. It's quite concerning that we have these in Africa. And the most important thing is the fact that a particular country is not listed does not exclude the fact that the epidemic is real in those places. So I will like to follow this up by the fact that as much as Africa is not among the top 5 or top 10 countries in the world with the most prevalent diabetes, I'd like you to know, to your surprise, that in 2017, the International Diabetes Federation identified that for people who die from diabetes in 2017 before the age of 60, Africa topped the list actually. So that is really very concerning. So if we say that the proportion of death occurring before the age of 60 in 2017, Africa, of all the death you had, 77% were death caused by diabetes in Africa. I don't need to really go so much into this, but we do recognize that from the last episode, the lesser the socioeconomic status, the more prone to diabetes, and also the more prone to diabetes complications, the more prone to diabetes mortality you are. So little wonder Africa is topping the list. Why am I bothering about this? We need as much as possible to protect ourselves. We need to really work so hard. Is that something you can really do for yourself? I'm only just talking about the statistics for now, but I'm going to talk about, after all these, we're going to talk about how do we protect ourselves or how do we manage ourselves. You don't have to have diabetes because you are poor or because of low income. You can still look after yourself, and that is really the promise I'm making, that we're going to have to work together. So highlights of this is that Africa tops the list on the number of people or number of deaths before 60 by diabetes. And we did say that 77.0% death in Africa in 2017 as reported by International Diabetes Federation actually caused by diabetes. So this is not something we're very proud of. So another continent I'd like to mention also is Southeast Asia. So in Southeast Asia, the top 5 countries, we have India with 74 million people with diabetes. followed by Bangladesh, 7.3 million, and Sri Lanka, 1.2 million. And then we have Nepal with 679,000, and also Mauritius with 236,000. So that is for Southeast Asia. And like I always say, the fact that a particular country is not mentioned does not exclude those people. These things do actually change. It's an individual race, and we need to really work hard on this. Okay, so that would be it for today. And I would like to say, if you are really happy with this, I'd like you to subscribe and make sure you share. Just spread the news to everybody. And people need to start looking after themselves. Okay, and the next episode, we are still going to talk more on the statistics for other continents before we move into how we manage ourselves with diabetes. All right, you take care now, and I'll see you in the next episode.